okay. Right. No, no, I don't mind, no. I'm not shaking, so I mean, you don't want to see it. Mm. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right then.
Hello. So let's go. First of all, welcome to Curitiba.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Chemical Wedding is a fantastic record.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You got a perfect mix of the modern metal sound with that feel from the 80s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have this plan? It was a conscious decision to make this record like this?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, it's true.
Can you tell me more how
Well,
it happened?
well, I think a lot of obviously the 80s thing and everything, it's, we have our roots are kind of back then and the bands of the 70s. But I mean, Roy, who produced the album, really came up with most of the, production ideas and things to make it sound, really rooted in the modern day. And Adrian's songwriting as well, I mean, Adrian's not sort of stuck in the 80s in terms of writing riffs and things like that. We can still write that kind of material, but we try and put a little twist on it so it sounds contemporary.
Great. We know that you recorded a live album in São Paulo. Is that correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me more about this record? Why did you decide to record the record in Brazil, and when it's going to be released and stuff like that?
More about the record. Well, it's a live album. It's all right. We recorded actually Rio as well as Sao Paulo, and but I think probably till we listen to the tapes, we won't be sure exactly which songs from which nights will go on the record. But for one thing I can tell you is that the audience from Sao Paulo is going to go on the record, because the audience from Sao Paulo, it was unbelievable. The loudest thing I've heard in years. Incredible. And the reason we recorded it here in Brazil is just because Brazil is one of the most amazing audiences in the world for any kind of music, and for heavy metal, it's heavy metal nirvana being here. It's really unbelievable. It's great, and as a musician to stand in front of those people, it's a real trip,
Great. Just one thing, can you talk a little bit closer to the microphone?
All right. Yeah, I should think so. Yeah, it's my job.
Everybody wants to know about the future of your solo career.
Uh-huh.
That you're back in Maiden.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to work with this band again?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not getting rid of the idea of doing solo records, and the live album will be out towards the end of this year. After we've done the Iron Maiden tour this summer, live album will be coming out. It'll probably have some new unreleased studio tracks on it as well, as an extra CD. So there will actually be new material on it. Some of the material was recorded for Accident of Birth and also for Chemical Wedding, but we never got a chance to finish it. We finished it last summer, and some of it's pretty good. So anyway, that's what will be coming out. Next year, I don't expect there will be a new album from me. I expect a new album in 2001, because next year is going to be a very big year with Iron Maiden touring and a new Iron Maiden record, a studio album. So, we really everything has got to focus on that next year. But no, I'm not getting rid of my solo career. I mean, hell, I have too much of a good time. I mean, I get to come down here and do this,
The fans will be glad.
Mm.
I'm sure about that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have really given me a lot of support over the years, and I don't want to, just stop because I rejoined Iron Maiden. I enjoy doing it, and they enjoy listening to it, so that's great.
Great. Talking about Maiden, in '93, you left the band because you had some problems with the direction that Maiden was taking, mainly in the records, I believe.
Yeah,
Sound and stuff like that.
yeah.
What has changed since then that made you want to come
Well, the whole world's changed a lot since then. I certainly feel much more positive about the whole heavy metal thing now than I did in 1993. 1993, I was tired. I was really, you know, it seemed like there was nothing new happening in metal that I could be part of. And now I think with my last couple of records, I think we've managed to do stuff which is really cool and really on the edge, and it's still metal, but it's, you know, really fresh. And I want to bring that approach to Maiden. You know, Maiden, obviously it's going to be a Maiden record. It's not going to be a solo record, but we've spoken, all of us in the band now, and we all want this next record to be the strongest Maiden record for like 20 years. Or we're going to have a producer. I mean, Steve is not going to produce the record, but I mean, obviously he may co-produce it or, you know, have a big say. But we're going to get a top world-class producer, do it in a studio, not any studio we've used before, and go balls out to make this the best record. And that's what's changed. I mean, everybody's attitude in Maiden is like, the band is really ready to go right back to number one.
Talking about number one and the Maiden reunion, so to speak, what can we expect with three guitars? And for you, Adrian, how is it going to be to play with Yannick for the first time and coming back with a fantastic partnership and stuff like that?
I think it's going to be great because historically Maiden has always had, you know, more than 2 guitars on albums. Always did more guitar parts, so we'll be able to recreate those live. I think the guitar harmonies are going to be just, you know, going to sound amazing, and no one's really done it before in sort of the metal field. I mean, it's been done on Lynyrd Skynyrd, obviously, but you know, and it's just a sign that we're thinking about doing something different rather than you know, trying to recreate the past. We're going to go forward and do something different, and that's what I find exciting about it.
This is a question for both of you. You have had a fantastic career over the years and stuff like that. Could you pinpoint 3 special moments or achievements that you had over these years?
For me, I guess, strange fruit. For me, I guess, Number of the Beast, the whole experience around that record, going to number one in England, and then just taking the world apart on the tour, was amazing. My first world tour ever. First time I ever played out of England. It was with Iron Maiden. Never played a show outside of England till I was with Iron Maiden.
You never did with Samson?
Nope. So you know, the whole thing was a pretty big thing. The next one was probably Rock in Rio, because I never played in front of so many people in my life, and probably never will again, unless they do another one. But it was, you know, 350,000, 400,000 people. You know, that was just incredible experience. And the third one has to be probably the release of Chemical Wedding, recording of Chemical Wedding, because it was such a step forward, that album. I mean, Accident of Birth was a great record, but Chemical Wedding was really a step forward, somewhere I'd never been before, and the press and the fans and everybody all understood the record, and they saw it that way. And you know, I just thought, well, you know, if I never ever do another record, I'm really proud I did this one. And it's good to feel like that, really, about every record you do. But some records, they stand out, you know, and Chemical Wedding is one of those for me. So those would probably be my 3 moments.
Me as well. I've got to get out. I guess thinking about it, I think when I joined the band, first of all, we did Killer's album. That was the first real album I've done in my life. So it was a pretty incredible experience working with, you know, a producer who produced all my favourite albums, you know, Martin Birch with Deep Purple stuff and Sabbath. That was pretty incredible. I think Number of the Beast was a great time too. It was a real breakthrough album. Also, again, Rock in Rio was unbelievable. I mean, it was just phenomenal. I've never done anything like that, you know, in my life.
It was the first time we saw Brazilian Bottoms, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the real.
It was a real shock. Sitting and looking at the beach at Coca, wherever it was, we were looking at the thing and just looking at it in the morning and seeing all these, like, arses just like in the sand and going. You just don't see them like that in Europe, you know. They just don't exist. Sorry. That's my fourth highlight of the. Really? Oh, right. Okay. Well, you probably. Yeah.
My next question would be, did you do already something with Iron besides the photo shoots?
Huh?
Did you write songs? And
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing a bit of
Did you
songwriting.
do that already?
Well, we've been writing, me and Adrian and me and Yannick, and we've all been, you know, I mean, I was Yannick's roommate for about 3 weeks, and we were all living together in Portugal, and we're going back. In fact, we're all going on Sunday night after the extra show here in Sao Paulo on Sunday. We got to go. I think it's 6 o'clock is the show, and we're on a flight at 10:45 to New York. And 11 o'clock Monday morning, we get in at 7:30 in the morning, and 11 o'clock we're having a band meeting, Iron Maiden, and we're all, you know, getting the US tour underway and doing press and stuff. So this is really, you know, a big time sort of thing. So yes, we are working together, and we are, you know, doing stuff. I think the audience are getting restless in the back there. You know.
One more thing, could you say some messages for our viewers, something like, "Hi, I'm Bruce Dickinson, Adrian Smith, and we're watching Estação Primeira."
Estação Primeira.
Estação Primeira.
Estação Primeira. Yep.
Canal Rock.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Bruce Dickinson.
I'm Adrian Smith.
You're watching Estação Primeira on the Canal Rock. Well, there you go. Hang on.
Thank you. Do you mind taking some pictures with the crew? One more? Yeah, sure. Vamos chegar no número 1 também. Tá ótimo. Lógico. Mais uma porque eu não sei. I close my eyes. I'm sorry. Qualquer uma. Okay. Thank you, Adrian. Nice to meet you. Have a good concert. Thank you. Bruce, just chat wants to do one, Bruce. Uma também. Vou aparecer de novo. Sim, também.